What's up everyone? Can this just be my filter for this YouTube video? Because today I definitely feel like I could do with a few butterflies flying around my head. It is Friday here in New Zealand. This video is going to be a questions and answer video. It is long overdue. I actually asked for you guys to snap me in any questions you had at all. I have favorited a whole lot of them, and what I'm going to do is just work my way through as many as I can. And I tried to think of really cool ways to do this Q&A, like having someone else ask me the question or having it play over while I did a full kind of leg workout or something, but honestly I just have not had time to get that done, so I'm just going to run through the questions and answer them. I hope it helps you, and if you have any other questions, as always, make sure you drop them in the comments below. And by now I know a lot of you will already know the drill about my YouTube video, but if you're new, make sure you like, comment, subscribe and smile. Before I get started, did anyone notice that I'm actually sitting on our couch instead of sitting on the floor? I'd just like to say thank you to Auckland Camera Centre. I don't thank them enough for all my tripods and camera gear, so big shout out to them. Once I actually get to sit on the couch instead of on the floor to do a YouTube video, which is kind of cool for me. Okay, so my first question is from Alice, and she has asked me, how long do I fast for, how often, and how do I find the results? So for those of you that haven't seen some of my more recent videos, Ross and I are both intermittent fasting now. So what that means is we fast for a certain amount of time, usually 16 hours we fast, and then we have an 8-hour eating window, which is kind of based off the Lean Gains intermittent fasting. So if you just have a Google of intermittent fasting, you should be able to find plenty on it. But the main reason for why I'm personally doing it is because I get really hungry in the mornings, and that's when I tend to blow out. I tend to just eat a whole lot of food in the morning because I love breakfast, and I finish cardio, I eat all this food, and then by the afternoon or later in the day I realize that I've eaten so much food and I've kind of hit close to my calories that I shouldn't be eating more food, and for me that's a real struggle. So I end up going over in my macros, and then I'm not reaching my goals because I'm eating way too much. What I've been doing recently is fasted cardio in the morning. During fasted cardio I take a scoop of oxyshred and a scoop of glutamine and a scoop of acetyl L-carnitine, so that gives me the energy as well as the benefits of repairing and rebuilding my muscles. Boost my fat burn in the morning, and then I don't eat anything until about midday. Some days I might eat earlier, like 10:30 or 11, depending how I feel. I really listen to my body, but the aim generally is to just wait until about 12 o'clock. After my workout I take my BCAAs, my Beyond BCAAs, so I'll sip on those with some more glutamine throughout the morning. I drink about 2 litres before 12 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock I have my first meal, which is massive. It's like, well, for me it's massive. It's like 600 to 700 calories in one go because I love having big meals. I snack throughout the afternoon, and then I have some carbs at night. We go to the gym and train weights, and then after that I have an Oxy-Whey shake with some PB2 before I go to sleep. I find that Oxy-Whey is probably the best snack to have before I go to bed, just because it does have that slower releasing protein, the micellar casein in it, which is what I talked about in my most recent video, all about Oxy-Whey. So yeah, that's the idea of fasting for me. That's why I do it. People do it for different reasons. There's a lot of health benefits of fasting, but I'm not going to get into that. Definitely have a Google on it. I'm personally really enjoying fasting just because it means that I get to eat more in the afternoon and at night when I'm kind of more inclined to want to eat more as well. So that's how I'm finding fasting so far. A lot of questions in one. I'll try and leave it on the screen here. But do I meal prep? Do I have a set amount of time that I spend at the gym? What is the longest time that I would advise people to train? And what do I recommend is actually sustainable to train for each day? And what does my weekly food intake look like? And when do I fit my supplements in throughout the day? Oh my gosh, that is a massive lot of questions. So firstly, do I meal prep? No, I do not meal prep. I use fitfood.nz, so I absolutely love them. I recently just partnered up with them a few weeks ago. So far I'm loving it. I don't personally meal prep myself anymore. I just use Fit Foods because it tastes better than my own meal prep. The macros are really good. It's all organic and I personally really enjoy it. But I did used to meal prep at uni and I just didn't really enjoy it. I found it really hard to eat the same thing every day. So now I do use fit foods, but I also mix up my foods every single day. I never eat the same thing twice unless I really love it. It's not to the point where I'm having chicken and broccoli every meal, every day type meal prep. As for how much time I spend in the gym recently, 40 minutes of cardio in the morning, and then in the afternoon I do weights. My weight sessions only take about 40 to 45 minutes, but I keep it really high intensity. So I limit my rest time. I work really quickly through my reps, my sets, and I just get on a really good sweat, and I love it so much. Everyone is different. It depends on your body. It does depend on your goals a lot as to how long you're going to spend in the gym. Because I have the time right now, I do it, but when I was at uni, I would go to the gym in the morning and that would be it, unless I had something I really needed to lean down for, and I'd be going to the gym twice. Again, just cardio in the morning and then weights in the afternoon. Really depends on your goals. I can't advise someone how long they should be spending in the gym. But if your excuse, say, was that you didn't want to go to the gym because of time, I mean, you can easily get a workout done in 30 to 40 minutes that will burn a lot of calories. You can do it at home, or you can go to the gym. If you're worried about the time it takes to get fit, don't be, because you can definitely get so much fitter just by making small changes to your day, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or choosing, a salad instead of fries, or just walking to work instead of biking, or get off a stop earlier if you're on a bus and then walk. So there's so many different things you can do to get fit. So if that's your concern, time is your concern, then yeah, I wouldn't use that as an excuse, and I would just try and work out whenever you can. What does my weekly food intake look like, and when do I fit my supplements in throughout the day? So my weekly food intake, as I said, it varies every single day. You can see my past YouTube videos of what I eat in a day. I'll try and do a lot more of those because I do want to show you what I'm eating now. It's a lot different to what I used to eat. I'm kind of heading down a cleaner path, and I don't like to label foods as clean and junk, but I'm just pretty much choosing foods that are higher in nutrients and ones that are going to fuel me so I can reach my goals. So far so good. If you saw my progress photo on Instagram, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I'll put it up here for you anyway. So yeah, it just shows how much nutrition can make a change, as well as training, of course. As for supplements, how do I fit them in a day? That is just a whole nother video, so I will do a different video on that and talk you through every single sup I use across a day. So that'll be coming within the next month. I'm just waiting to get some new subs. This question is from Paige. We train at the same gym, so shout out to her. What would you suggest or recommend carbohydrates, protein, and fats to be at for someone starting their macros? There's a lot of debate about how to choose what your macros should be at, percentage-wise, as well as what your calories should be at. I personally have my macros set on a 40% protein, 40% carbs, and 20% fat ratio, but that will vary depending what my goals are. So if I wanted to lean down quickly, I would alter my carbs and make them a little bit lower and make my protein higher. If I wanted to put on some more size, then I would increase my calories as a whole, and then I'd also increase my carbs, so my carbs would be higher than my protein. So there's different ways to do it, but the key thing, this is all my own personal opinion based on my own experience and how I've seen Ross doing plans and how I've seen Ross achieve his results. The most important thing would be getting your protein sorted. So some people believe in having 1 pound of protein per pound of body weight, but because I'm in New Zealand, I do everything in kilos, so I pretty much am on a 2 to 2.5 grams of protein per kilo of weight. So for example, if you were 60 kilos, you'd be eating 120 grams of protein. There are heaps of videos on YouTube. At the end of the day, it really comes down to your goals and your body. You could try a 40-40-20 split. You could have a higher protein, a little bit lower carbs, and then a little bit higher fats or something. Just have a play, stick at it for probably a month and see how your body looks and how your body feels. Use my Fitness Pal. I cannot swear enough by my Fitness Pal. It's a really easy app. You don't need to pay for it. Just use the free version and track everything you're eating and just see how you go. So just see what you're eating now, track everything you would eat in a day, and then start adjusting your macros to your goals. If you want to be putting on muscles, you do need to be having enough food to fuel your body. And again, if you want to lean down, then you need to be in a caloric deficit. I'll leave that to you. I hope that kind of helps. But yeah, my personal split is 40-40-20. Do I do HIIT cardio? To be honest, I don't actually like HIIT cardio. I love going on the bike and just smashing it 40 minutes straight as fast as I can. If I do need to lean down really quickly, then I do implement HIIT cardio. It is a really good way to maintain muscle mass while leaning down. If I do need to lean down quickly, I will implement HIIT. But the kind of HIIT it is strongly leg-based, so it's like jump, squats, lunges. It's not bike sprints or going on the rowing machine and doing sprints like that. It's more fun, jumpy kind of exercises, which I really enjoy doing. So I think it's important, whatever exercise you're going to do, you have to enjoy it because you have to be consistent with it. Another thing I kind of have a love-hate relationship with when it comes to HIIT is hill sprints. If you get a buddy, you find a hill, just sprint. So you run up, run down, tap them, they run up, run down, and your rest is the time of them running, and you just keep alternating like that. That's a really fun way to get HIIT into your routine as well. Shout out to AJ Osborne for all the support. I noticed all your comments and Snapchats as well. So the question is, do I time my carb and protein intake around my workout, and do I drink any kind of tea or coffee, or do I only get my caffeine from supplements? My carb and protein intake, I pretty much eat protein with every single meal because I'm fasting for like the 16 hours, and then I've only got 8 hours really to eat my meals. It's as if each meal does definitely need protein in it. As for carbs, I try my best to time it around workouts. Like, I know that it makes sense to eat your carbs pre and post workout, but I'm not too fussy about that. I just try and make sure I've had something in my stomach before I train. If I am eating carbs, it'll be carbs about 45 minutes before I train, so it'll probably be oats or wholemeal or brown rice. Post-workout, I love having my Oxy Whey shake with PB2, and then if I need some carbs, what do I usually have? Oh, light canned peaches, so fresh fruit. I also love having pre and post workout. Kind of depends what time I'm training and things, but I usually do try and time my carbs around workouts, and then protein I have across the day anyway. Tea or coffee? Do I drink tea? Yes, I do drink tea. I've got one called Alpine tea, which helps your digestive system, and then I have chamomile tea. I'm not too keen on either of them, but I just squirt some lemon juice in it to hide the taste. As for coffee, I don't drink coffee. I don't know what it is about coffee that everyone loves, but I've had tiramisu and I love that. I just don't drink straight coffee. The only thing I have in the morning in terms of caffeine is OxyShred, which you know I love. So I have OxyShred in the morning, and then I'll either have RP Max, EHP Labs pre-workout, the stimulant-based one, or OxyShred pre-workout, which gives me over the day 300 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah, that's all the caffeine I get. So I have read online that the max amount of caffeine recommended for an adult is 400 milligrams, and I know a lot of people are drinking way more than that in a day. I limit mine to about 1 serving of a pre-workout or an OxyShred, or 2 maximum if I'm training legs. Shout out to Geneva. So she saw that I posted Revita Lash, the thing for your eyelashes, on my Snapchat story, and she was asking how I'm finding it. So I'm actually just trialing it right now. I do not have eyelash extensions anymore. I got rid of them just because it's so expensive, and the maintenance of them is just too much for me. So I'm not really into like brushing my hair and having to get lash extensions done. I didn't want to get lash extensions anymore, so I found Revita Lash, and I thought I'd try it for a few weeks. I think it might be a month now, and I've definitely noticed that they've grown. I'm gonna keep trying them for another few weeks, and then I'll do a full YouTube review with photos of like before and after. I'm personally loving it. Next questions are from my friend Jacinta down in Blenheim, my hometown in the South Island of New Zealand. The question is, do I only do plyometric kind of weights, or do I do heavy weight training? And this completely depends on my goals. When I started lifting pretty heavy. I got into the power lifts of bench, deadlift, and squats. Absolutely love doing them heavy. I got pretty decent on them, and I was really happy with how I was going, and then I injured my chest. I stopped training chest for about 2 years. I only just recently started training it again. I pretty much stopped lifting really heavy after the chest issues, just because it kind of scared me. I was getting stabbing pains in my chest after training. I didn't like it, so I had to listen to my body. I would train at weights that I find really challenging, but of course what I find hard and what you find hard might be different. I do heavy squats in terms of 5x5, so I'll do 5 sets of 5 reps of squats, or 6x6, and kind of lower rep ranges. And then I also do a lot of plyometric, higher intensity, higher rep workouts, so high volume. Recently I'm more doing 15 to 20 reps, so volume training is completely different to heavyweight training, and I'm finding it really challenging and I'm loving it. I'm noticing that my body's reacting really well to the change in training, and Ross actually does all my training plans, so I'm really happy with that. Question from Lee Miranda, and it is, does drinking supplements every day damage your teeth? I don't know. How do mine look? I personally don't know if they can. I can't imagine that they would. A lot of people drink tea, coffee, energy drinks every single day. They eat foods that are going to stain their teeth, and if drinking supplements is the worst thing, yeah, I'm not sure if they damage your teeth. I personally find my teeth fine, but I brush my teeth about 3 times a day. Dental tips: I brush my teeth morning, lunchtime and dinner time. I also floss my teeth every night and sometimes in the morning too, and I use mouthwash, and I use whitening toothpaste and whitening mouthwash. I personally find that my teeth are fine with all the sups I drink, and as you know, I go through a few sups a day. I hope that helps. I'm sorry, I'm not a dentist at all, so that's probably not that useful. Next question, Muzzy. How do you keep your muscle while doing cardio? I see that you do 40 minutes of cardio, and I'm scared to do so much because I might lose muscle. I'm a male. Please help. Firstly, whether you're a male or a female, I personally don't think that it matters. What matters is your nutrition. If you're in a caloric deficit and you're training weights and you're doing cardio, of course there's the chance of you losing your muscle. Anytime I'm doing cardio or training, I always have glutamine and BCAAs. BCAAs and the glutamine help your body prevent your muscles from going catabolic and wasting away pretty much. So they keep your muscles anabolic, which is what you want. So I sip on those throughout my whole workout. I've not had any issues so far with losing muscle. If anything, I feel as if I'm gaining muscle maybe. Just make sure you're eating enough to fuel your body to actually do the cardio sessions as well as weights, and make sure you've got some good supplementation. So definitely recommend BCAAs and glutamine, and if you can, add in acetyl L-carnitine into that because that'll help with fat burning. Definitely go with those supplements from EHP Labs. A lot of people have been saying to me, you're going to lose all your gains from doing so much cardio, but you know what, I love doing it and I'm not going to stop it. And I just feel like people should worry more about what they're doing as opposed to what everyone else is doing, because what works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. And yeah, I seem to be fine doing that much cardio. Just make sure you're eating enough, and that's kind of all the advice I can give you on that. Smile! I'm so excited. Hair and makeup is done. Got the whole wardrobe here. I'd just like to document that this is the first time I have ever worn just a sports bra in a gym, and these two are helping me nail it. Today's photo shoot was absolutely amazing. It's now 4:20. I'm so tired, I'm so hungry. I've only had 300 calories, and the plan was to go to this place called Sushi. So I get here and it's closed. I'm so hungry. Okay, so I'm super sad that the sushi place was shut. Sipping on Oxy Street to tie me through till I get home. But I really need some cognac flour noodles, so I'm gonna stop at the Asian grocers, pick up a whole lot, and then walk home instead of Ubering, so I'm saving money as well. It's a win-win. After today, I decided to treat myself, so I got some brown rice with teriyaki chicken made at Sushi House. And then it did not stop there. I was walking home and I decided to get 3 Ferrero Rochers. I was going to save one for Ross, but I ended up eating all 3. So the moral of this YouTube video is do not let yourself get to the point where you are so hungry you literally want to just inhale everything around you. But I have no regrets. It was delicious. I've had a massive day today and I can't wait to sleep. But anyway, I am going to end this YouTube video here. I'm sorry it was a little bit random. I love getting all your questions, and as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and smile.